Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order this April 13th work session for the Carroll County Board of Education. I'd like to welcome all our guests and visitors this afternoon. We're excited to have you and see you present. At this time, if you would join me as we rise and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we've got some great stuff to start with here. Student achievement, and I'll turn it over to Dr. Jessica Ainsworth.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Mr. Miller and members of the board, this evening we have our annual JROTC update. And to take a point of privilege before we get started, in the audience is Lieutenant Colonel Cummings, who leads our JROTC efforts, as well as Miss Tish Drummond. She's one of our CCA principals and also assists with our CTA pathways and also with JROTC. So thank you both for being here this evening. With that, I'd like to turn it over to our students. And first up is Cadet Colonel Ball.
Some trouble there? What's happening? Oh, okay, that's all right.
Yes, we're having some technical difficulties, but please feel free to go on.
Gotcha. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Cadet Colonel Ball. Today we're going to be going over our 2025-2026 unit briefing. Perhaps, maybe.
Would you like this?
Maybe.
You want to just go to the PDF
go.
document?
Yes.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that works too. Whatever works.
Let her have your notes. That's what she's saying. She can at least look at the power.
Whatever works best for everybody. I'm okay with it.
We'll improvise, overcome.
Exactly. Adapt. One on.
Life's full of changes.
What's your password?
7-4 3 times. 7-4. Now you can get everything I got.
There you go. There's your power. Use that.
I'll change.
Is that your bank account too?
Make some transfers tonight, can't
You got, okay.
Maybe
Thank
get
you.
it up.
All right, there we go.
It's gotta be because they're asking for money.
Got it.
Delane, are you ready?
You ready?
Yeah, it's not working.
Anything I can do to help?
Hey, it's a Monday after spring break.
He's right, it's Monday.
You giving it back? You giving it back?
Okay.
Are you giving it back to him?
No, he was putting it
So, okay, proceeding. Quick overview. We're just going to be going over who we are, our mission statement, our goals, and what we do, specifically community service, our leadership development requirements, and our initiatives. Sorry, let me stay by the microphone. So who are we? The Mighty 62 is, it consists of 5 schools, Central, Villarica, Bowden, and Temple. And that's just pretty much the Carroll County cluster, you know. Our AFJRTC mission statement is developing citizens of character. So that doesn't mean that we're trying to get people into the military specifically. We're just trying to develop cadets who are dedicated to their communities. Got it up somewhere. Okay. Our goals, it might be on the board soon. One more. There we go.
There we go.
Awesome. All right. Our goals, they follow our SMART outline. It's really just generally trying to get people to be the best students that they can be in their school and in their community. So what do we do? I'm going to hand this over to Cadet Hartsvet.
Thank you. As a reminder, our mission statement is to develop citizens of character. We demonstrate this through community service, as listed on the board. We participated in 18 Veterans Day events, numerous parades. We hosted 2 blood drives at Central High School. We walked 18 miles on the Greenbelt picking up trash for the Baton Death March. and we participate in several color guards across the schools. LDR is like extracurriculars. Some of them are STEM-based, like aviation and robotics. Others are activity-based, like Raiders, color guards, drill, and archery. This is our Raider team. They are fitness-based. They participate in several competitions across the state. These are our flight simulators. The one to the right is our most recent one. It's virtual reality, makes it seem pretty realistic. This is our elite color guard. They participate in graduations, professional sports, and our home games across the schools. Now I would like to
I'm Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Cy Collins, and I would like to talk about our high visibility initiatives, our mentor-mentee program, and our Camp Carroll. Next slide, please. Our mentor-mentee program is designed to help first years get paired up with veteran cadets so they get a sense of brotherhood and community within the program. And this isn't strictly JRDC related. This is friends that they can have help them navigate through high school and just things in general that they might need. Camp Carroll is our cadet leadership course where we help try to develop our next officers for our program. We used to do a cadet leadership course at West Georgia, but due to costs, it got rid of some people who would want to participate to that. So we started making our own where we could control what we learn and what fits our program best and cheaper. I'd like to give it back to Cadet Colonel Ball for Cadets in Action.
All right.
So for our curriculum last year, it was about aviation history. So we got to take a field trip to the Warner Robins Aviation Museum and see some of what we were learning in action, which is pretty cool. Next slide, please. Annually, we host a military ball, which is basically just a way that we can honor the heritage of the Air Force and get together as a corps and have a fun night, a nice dinner, nice party. Weekly, every Monday, we host work nights, which is a way that we, again, get our corps together and be as productive as we can. Typically, we just practice with Raiders or we practice drill, whatever we really need to get done. Here are some cadets in action. This was our PT day where we just did whatever activity that we could to stay productive, stay active. And now I'd like to talk a little bit about myself. I am Cadet Colonel Ball. I joined the Corps completely on accident, but I stayed because it helped me in a way that I didn't really realize I needed help. It developed my character, as per the mission statement. It really made me into a better person. After high school, I plan on going to college and getting my degree in engineering. Cadet Collins?
I joined JRDC because I really want to be an officer in the Marine Corps when I grow up. And I want to go to college and do their NROTC program so I can get that done. What I really like about JRDC is the sense of community and friendship that I've gotten from it. I've made some of the best friends I've ever had in this program, and I want to trade it for the world. Cadet Hartsvet?
Thank you. I'm Cadet Harsvet. My father was in ROTC in high school, and he pretty much inspired me to join, so I did. I stayed within the Corps because I love the friendships and the connections I've made and how positive the environment is. When I graduate high school, I would like to go to college and pursue my degree in nursing. This concludes our mission briefing. Are there any questions?
I had a question. Number one, great report. So where do each of you go to high school and what year are you in?
Me and Collins are juniors, and Ball is a senior, and we all attend Central High School.
Good deal.
Thank you.
Did we have any other questions?
Questions?
Which engineering school have you picked one out?
I'm trying to get into Georgia Southern right now.
Good deal.
That's a good one, Bar.
It is.
I've heard good things.
What discipline?
I am not 100% sure. I'm going into either construction or civil.
All
Believe.
right.
It's good.
Anything else? Any other questions? We certainly want to thank you all. Y'all did a great job, and I got to tell you, every time you guys come out and you march out with your color guard, it's huge for every event. And I know the communities and the schools all really love it. So keep up the great work.
Thank you so much. We love hearing that. Thank you.
Okay. At this time, we'll go to stakeholder engagement with our superintendent, Mr. Scott Carroll.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I also want to echo what was said. Thank you for being here tonight. Great job. Anytime we can have our students share their experiences, that's probably the very best thing that we can do. Second to that is hearing from our teachers, and very, very excited to see about these young people. I want to talk about some excitement for the summer. It's interesting, I was talking to somebody earlier this afternoon, we have 27 days left with students this year.
Wow, that's all?
We just had spring break.
I know, Bar. I mean, I think usually spring break, you got 2 months after that. No, not anymore. But it's going to go by fast. So summer's going to be here. And then we're going to turn around and summer will go by fast. But just, every year we try to update you on the different things that our schools are doing. We're so proud over the last several years of how our schools have evolved and the quality academic activities, number one, that they do in the summer with students, and number two, the quality fine arts and extracurricular activities that they do with students in the summer. And they revolve around so much, but one I want to highlight, several years ago, we started at the PAC doing a kind of a collective fine arts camp. That was an idea that had been brought forward, and we've done it, I think, about 5 years now. So this will be the 6th year that we've done that. And that has also evolved into just bigger, better, more students participating across all 5 high schools and all 6 middle schools. So it's really multi-age group, to do that. I've had my granddaughters participate in that, and so I know firsthand the quality. But that's just an example of that. I think it's an emblematic, too, of how our fine arts programs have grown over the last several years. Mm-hmm. And so very excited about that. Then we get into what do we do for adults in the summer. Early in June, we have an opportunity where we bring in all of our new leaders, have 2 days like a boot camp with them. We've been doing that for a number of years. Then we'll turn right around at all of our schools, do their leadership retreats in June, which is a big time for our schools as they do their planning for the next year. They bring their entire leadership team in with their leaders, and we'll have district leaders there with them. And it's a great time, but it's a busy time in June because that's 26 schools that we're doing that with in June. Early in July, we have our leadership kickoff, which is our actually 2-day jump start into the next year, and that'll be early in July. And from there, we're right into capturing kids' hearts training. We run about 4 cycles of that during the summer. Then we get into our safety summit. Next thing we know, we're into our teacher induction program. And then all of a sudden, it's the end of July, and it's pre-planning and all those start of school things. So I guess the message I'm trying to share with you is there's a lot we have planned. Please recognize and brag on your schools when you get a chance, because we've talked to them about how important for our community it is that we offer our parents and our students these not just opportunities, but high quality opportunities, because it's important in a number of different ways. So wanted to report on that, Mr. Chair, and very, very excited about that, and be glad to answer any questions the board might have about summer activities or summer planning.
Sounds real busy. Any questions from the board?
Invite you to come out and be a part of some of these different things. We'll try to keep you abreast of some of those dates, especially some of the district events. So if you want to show up and be a part of that, we'd love for you to do that.
Perfect. All right, anything else on there? Thank you, Mr. Carroll. At this time, we'll go to Mr. Glenn Harding for organizational excellence.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Want to give a quick update, starting with Mountain Zion Middle School. I can tell you this project's moving right along. We got the roofing deck completed. The exterior walls are now underway. During spring break was a very busy time. Had a lot changed in a week. Went out there. RKR was able to also work inside the building. You know, when we're on site, we do a lot on the inside. That's not necessarily the addition. So there's a lot of painting that was going on in the building, along with a lot of renovations to the restrooms. That was during spring break. At Temple Middle School, again, just a little bit further behind Mountain Zion, but still on good track for our timeline. The steel framing's coming to near completion. They were also able to work a lot during spring break. They had to tie in the storm drains, and that impacted the whole front of the school. Excuse me. So I don't know if anybody else went by there, but you would not have been able to have school during this time. It would have been very difficult to get in and out of the car line and bus lane, but that got done. Continue to work on the retention pond. You know, I reported a couple months ago that was a big undertaking with the weather. Unfortunately, we hadn't got any rain, so that's on schedule now. And again, if you hadn't been by there, that retention pond is just huge. It's unbelievable how much space that's taken up. But again, that's underway. I also want to remind the board our SPLOST 7 bonding projects. We continue to work on those. Mention a couple later tonight during our business item. We'll be presenting our construction management bids to you for our covered practice facilities. And then also we've been working on Glanton Hinesman project and Temple High School project. We anticipate bringing Glanton Hinesman in May, and we anticipate bringing Temple High School to you, the bids in June. Any questions about Mount Zion, Temple, or SPLOST 7 projects? All right. Mr. Chair, next on the agenda is our field trip and fundraising request. They're posted to e-board. We're asking the board to put that on the consent agenda for Thursday night.
Do I hear any objection to us putting those on the consent agenda?
None.
Very well, they'll be added.
That's all, Mr. Miller.
Thank you, sir. Good report, and glad to see those projects coming right along. Now we'll go to Ms. Delene Wolf for our financials.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. So first I have out of 3 items is the financial report for the month of February. The financial report includes the month-to-date and year-to-date for each of the 3 funds, as well as the outstanding purchase orders. For the general fund, the revenues totaled $13.3 million, expenditures totaled $16.3 million. After adjustments, fund balance is $60.2 million, with $4.2 million in outstanding purchase orders. For SPLOST receipts, the total and received in February is $1.8 million, which is a 1.6% increase over the same month last year. For expenditures, the total was $1.2 million, with a balance of $10.3 million for upcoming projects. SPLOST 6 is scheduled or is expected to cap out in either end of March next year or end of June in 2027. And then once SPLOST 6 ends, SPLOST 7 starts immediately after 6 ends. And the timetable for the next bond issuance, the 2026 series, is also attached in e-board. And the next item on that timetable is scheduled for Thursday's board meeting. That agenda item includes discussion and possible action on the resolutions that provide for the issuance of the bonds. Lastly, within the financial report is the second calendar quarter school activity report for October through December for each of the schools. I'd be happy to answer any questions on the financial report.
Do we have any questions? Hearing none, that's very good. Thank you.
Okay, the next item that I have is a budget update. So starting with the current fiscal year, which is 25-26 or FY26, there attached is the proposed amendment number 3 for the FY26 budget. This includes updates across our revenue and expenditure accounts, but the most significant update is the state supplement that was both the revenue, the state funding for that, as well as the corresponding disbursement of the supplement to employees. Overall, the proposed amendment for the general fund would be $210.6 million, revenues $211.7 million, and estimated expenditures with a total governmental funds budget of $322.9 million in estimated revenues and $280.2 million in estimated expenditures. For next fiscal year's budget for FY27, attached in eBoard are the items for consideration for the budget, as well as a copy of the proposed budget, both in summary by function as well as in detail by object. For the budget timeline, we're in kind of this month ends kind of the first phase of the budget timeline with the updates to the board. Next month starts the next phase in the timeline. So the tentative adoption of the budget is scheduled in May. Additionally, the public meetings for the budget also are scheduled to begin in May. And the new process that started last year is the certification of the estimated rollback rate. That is also scheduled for May. Following that in June is a second public meeting, as well as adoption of the fiscal year 27 budget. For the assumptions for the budget, no changes have been made with respect to the revenue projections and assumptions. For expenditures, this is consistent with what was presented last month. However, I do anticipate a change to the employee benefit numbers between now and next month's update. And beyond the employer health insurance change, what that final number looks like, the other items that we are that are pending are the allotment sheet from the state, which will then tell us what our equalization and local 5 mil share amounts are for FY27. Overall, the estimated revenue change and expenditure change are both estimated to be $5.5 million for a balanced budget for next year. Later in the agenda for today's meeting is a business item for the FY26 budget amendment. I'd be happy to answer any questions for either this year's budget amendment or next year's proposed budget.
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry, I had a question about SPLOST. What is the cap for us in terms of SPLOST funding?
The cap is defined, it was defined in the initial referendum. I can pull that number and send it to you via email.
Okay, thanks much.
Absolutely.
Other questions? Thank you so much, Ms. Wolf. Anything else, Ms. Wolf?
Yes, so the third, The third item, as I'm very excited to share the audit report for fiscal year 25. The district received a clean opinion, and there were no findings within the report. In addition to the financial statement audit, each annual audit includes compliance audits, which are called a single audit. So there were 2 areas that were looked at for FY25. That was Title I and Title II, and both of those areas also received a clean opinion with no findings. Again, these type of results just represent the commitment of our entire 24-strong team. In addition to the audit report, the Governor's Office of Student Achievement updated their website on March 24th with the 2025 Financial Efficiency Star Ratings. I'm also excited to share that for Carroll County Schools, we again have a 4-star out of 5 in financial efficiency. There are only 15 districts in the entire state that have a higher rating than that. So that puts the district right there at the top with financial efficiency. This rating is based on per pupil expenditures and performance. So it's a measure both of the academic performance and then the cost that is being invested to achieve that performance. Overall, Carroll County Schools spends less per learner than 86% of the state. The performance dashboard on the district website has been updated with the FY20, the graphic that we have from last year has been updated with the new numbers for this year. I'd be happy to answer any questions on the report and the financial efficiency star rating.
Well, I don't think there's any surprise about the audit. You continue to bat 1,000 on these audits, and that's so good. And then to think that of all the systems where we rank there, I think that's a huge testament to the whole system, but certainly you and your team, Delene, about how you run things. So I just have to say on behalf of the board, congratulations, and the bigger word is thank you so much.
Thank you.
You make our job much easier and less worrisome.
That's a fact. So thank you. Anybody else, anything else from the board for Ms. Wolf? All right. So we'll continue with more good news going to continuous improvement, Mr. Jerry Griffiths.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good evening, board. I'm excited to report that we just completed our 4th cohort of our classified leadership course. We had 25 participants from our schools and various departments within the district who benefited from this opportunity. And our school district's investment in our classified employees will continue to pay dividends in the future. Many of these employees have progressed to other positions within the district and continue to give us feedback of how valuable that course was. So we look forward to having our 5th cohort in the future. The majority of our vacancies have been filled as of the April board meeting. Currently, we've hired 51 new certified employees, which is trending lower than last year's numbers, meaning that our retention rate has continued to improve over time. Our principals have done an excellent job of identifying talent and working diligently to hire the best candidates for our students this spring. There's an MOU for consideration from the University of North Georgia in the e-board. It is a standard agreement, just like many of our others. It's to place interns in our school buildings to continue their learning experiences, to complete their degree programs. We recommend that the MOU be placed on the consent agenda for Thursday evening.
Do we have any objection to the MOU being on our consent agenda for North Georgia?
No.
Good to go then.
Did we squeak? Ms. Chad, did we skip the GSBA delegate appointment?
I was about to jump in, Dr. Brooks, and it's that time of the year. The summer conference is right around the corner in June. If I want to remind the board again that this time is at the beginning of the week, not the end of the week. Normally, it's like a Thursday,
Monday,
Friday,
Tuesday,
Saturday.
Wednesday.
It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think June
8th,
9th,
9th.
10th, yeah. So the registration for that opens up at the end of this week. Is that right, Ms.?
Tomorrow at 10 and hotel Friday at 10.
Yeah, but we also normally, the GSB asked for us to have a delegate representative from the board.
Those
Did-
dates again, Ms.
8th through the 10th, 8th Monday through Wednesday.
Okay.
So we would love for the board to identify a person who would be willing to be the board representative to the delegate assembly.
I nominate Dr. Brooks.
I'll second that. Okay. Did they
If
have
it
it
happens
down?
like it did last year and I miss my drone,
Uh-oh. All right, yeah.
Work on that.
All right, so Ms. Gann, if we'll notify GSBA that Dr. Brooks will serve in that role.
Thank you, Dr. Brooks.
Mr. Miller, I'd also like to remind the board that at our May board meetings, when we celebrate our retirees, and we will have a reception that starts before the board meeting at 5:45 in the lobby of the Performing Arts Center. So we look forward to that opportunity of honoring our retirees. And this concludes my report.
That is the Thursday night meeting, right?
Yes,
In May, yeah. Good deal. Thank you, Mr. Griffiths. Okay, at this point, go ahead, Brian.
You said 5:45, is that,
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, we start earlier now.
We'll have to move it to 5:15.
Good catch, Brian. And that won't be this Thursday, it'll be in May.
May what?
The May
14th.
board meeting
14th.
May 14th.
And it's what time again?
at 5:15.
5:15.
All right.
Cindy,
Okay,
you can
teamwork.
just roller skate in. Okay, I will. Okay.
all right.
That's right.
That's very good. Thank you, Mr. Griffiths. Do we have any public input tonight? Seeing none, we'll move to our business items.
Mr. Chair, we have two business items tonight that both have been mentioned earlier. I'll start with the bids for the construction manager of our covered practice field facilities. Remember, this is happening at each of the high schools. It's part of SPLOST 7 bond that we did in our referendum for SPLOST 7. And we put a bid out. And the reason we did this as a construction manager rather than hard bid is because since it's going to be on 5 campuses, that they'll be trying to coordinate across 5 campuses at the same time. There's going to be a little bit more complexity to some of the work. And so we wanted to be able to work a little more closely with the construction manager, which we can do. Also, it allows for us, if in design, if we get to one of those sites, and some of those sites are a little bit tight, is we're trying to make sure we can get everything in there. The design element is better and cheaper from a construction management standpoint versus going in with making change orders with a hard bid case. We were very excited. We had a number of entities bid. Several of our local entities like J&R, Rayland, RKR, but we also had Meja and Reeves Construction. So we had 5% bids. And so when you do a construction manager, they're not bidding a hard number. They're building a percentage of what their charge is on top of what the actual cost will be. We've done construction manager, did my tenure twice before. The PAC facility was done as a construction manager project, and the Villa Rica High School Stadium was done as a construction manager project. We had great success in both of those projects, both financially, but also in the design work. We attached for you an e-board, the bid sheets, got some really good numbers. Southern A&E predicted we would get some good numbers, and they were right. The actual recommendation we'll make is for J&R Construction. Their percentage bid is 4.24%. That's total. That's overhead operations as well as their general conditions. That is unheard of to be under 6%. That is really, really good.
They really wanted it.
Yeah. But now RKR put in a good number too. They were at 5.5, and let's see, Meach, I think, was in at 6. Ray Lynn was 7.7, and then Reeves Construction was really high at 10.9. All of those are really good construction companies, so, from a standpoint of scoring, their quality, they all had good scores, so it really came down to percentage. J&R did do the other 2 construction management projects when we did that, so we have great trust and faith in them. So I'd like to recommend the board accept the construction manager fee proposal from J&R Construction for 4.24%.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we approve J&R as the construction manager at risk for the 4.24%.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Motion and second. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. And
May
that's
I
it.
ask a question?
Yes, ma'am, you certainly can.
I see that the practice facility for Central, is there a separate tennis court facility? The reason there are 2 places?
Yes, ma'am. If you remember on that particular project, that's where we bought that property across the street.
Oh, okay.
And
All right.
We're relocating those tennis courts and making the tennis courts in the back of parking
Okay.
areas a part of the project. So I felt like we needed to be transparent and list that so it's very
Okay.
clear that
I
was.
didn't want the perception to be as it has been.
Yes, ma'am. I agree.
Good question.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. All right, very excited about that one. Then the next one is, as Ms. Wolf shared, it's that time where we do our 3rd budget amendment. And just to remind the board, just, procedurally, typically you do an amendment early in the year, like in August. Once we get out kind of our federal funds numbers and whatnot, then we usually do one around our December meeting, once we've seen more of how the budget flow is. And then we do a final one, and this usually is in May in the past, but Ms. Wolf and I really looked, and it's actually advantageous to do it in April because it allows us a little bit more time to get some of these things done, because we have to get them done before the end of June to fit into the budget year. And so we're very excited about that. The biggest part of this, though, is really as she said, the funds from the state for the supplement for our staff. And I want to thank you as a board by your steps to allow us to do all staff, not just the ones where we had state funds for. And so that was big, and of course, those numbers are baked into that particular budget amendment. But we would like to ask the board for approval of Budget Amendment 3.
Any discussion, or do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
We have a
Mr.
motion. Do we have a second?
Thanks.
All those in favor, raise your right hand. So approved. So glad we can do that, too. That's great. Anything else, Mr. Carroll, on the business items?
No, sir, not tonight. I will remind the board, though, Thursday night, we'll have a business item, as Ms. Wolf talked about, for the bonds that we're actually about to sell. You'll have to approve the resolution. That's, without that step, we don't get the money, so we need that one. So that'll be Thursday night.
Very good. We've been presented with our agenda for the April 16th board meeting. Would like to review, and I think we need a motion for that, or is it just a review?
Just a review.
Has everybody had a chance to review that? Very good. Well, if that's the case, then I'll make a recommendation that the board meet in executive session to discuss the future acquisition of real estate, safety, and security personnel, pending or threatened litigation, and recommendations that are exempt from disclosure under the Open Records Act.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion?
I'll second.
All those in favor, raise your right hand, and I'll consider us an executive session. We want
So it's first time in 2
Okay.
weeks.
You know I'm always somewhere doing something.
Could I get a motion that we adjourn executive session?
So be.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. I would like to ask for a recommendation that the board approve the personnel actions as presented by the superintendent.
So,
We had a motion,
I'll second.
second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Do we have any other business to come before the board this evening?
I'd like to make a motion to nominate Dr. Jessica Ainsworth as the sole candidate for superintendent of Carroll County Schools.
We have a motion.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to wholeheartedly second that motion.
We have a motion by Ms. Morris and a second by Mr. Cater. Would I be able to get a show of hands for that? And that's everyone. I think that's good. As we get ready to adjourn tonight, I'll ask for board member comments, but I would like to take this privilege to say that this is a prophetic moment in the course of our school system, ending of a great era. You know, there's different things you call it. It's a great era, but I think it's just a continuation of great days for Carroll County schools. And I think it's a great testament to Dr. Ainsworth. But I'm gonna add that to this cabinet. I'm going to add that to our employees throughout the school system, because without great employees throughout and stakeholders, these decisions couldn't be made like this. So on behalf of the board, congratulations, Dr. Ainsworth, and congratulations to Carroll County Schools. Dr. Brooks.
This is a historical moment.
Historical.
This is the first lady to lead the Carroll County Schools.
Congratulations to everybody. Anything else before be brought before the board? If not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So be.
Have a second? Second. All in favor, raise your right hand, and we're adjourned.